Content Catchup.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, we're back.
Hold
Alright, kick us off. Come on. Busy boy, strict time limit.
on, I'm going to see if this sound effect works. Here we go, going live. Will this sound effect work? Probably not because my internet shit. Other than that, we're going to get a drum roll in the middle of this. Friends and enemies, welcome
What
back.
sound
Did the sound effect come? Nah,
No, but I can imagine it.
It's just a little bit of a drum roll. There we go. Can you hear
there
it?
Oh, it's deafening. It's deafening.
We are back,
Bloody
friends and enemies. Welcome to the long-awaited episode 14 of the Content Catch-Up. Geez, Michael Francis Barker, it's been a long time between drinks, hasn't it?
It's been far too long, actually. We went live and then we just left. I just heard an egg of the week.
The egg of the week is gone early.
Jules we've spent about 3 weeks off listeners, and Jules has clearly just been sitting here and putting up sound effects into Riverside, and it's going to be worth it,
I'm so ready for this. I finally got the sound effects working in Riverside, so I don't have to sit there and add them in post as well. This is so good.
No, that's great. What do you talk us through? Did you quickly find that, or is this a challenging thing you've spent some time on?
No, it's always been there. It's just never bloody worked. So
well done, though.
It could stop working again at any stage, so we never know. Let's just take advantage of it while we can.
Yeah, that's all right. That's enough about technology. How are you? Like, what has it been? 2 weeks at least? 3 weeks, maybe?
It has probably been nearly a month, I think.
Jesus.
I think it's been a while since our live episode, so...
I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too, but not really. We've seen each other a couple of times since then, which has been nice, don't get me wrong, and we'll see each other a couple of times more. But importantly, I think what people want to know, Barks, is how's Hoop City, bitch?
Hoop City is... Did you just insult me?
I said, Hoop City, bitch. Hoop City,
yeah,
bitch.
I thought I heard that. Anyway, no, good. So 3 weeks down into the life of Hoop City, and it's very good, Jules. It's different to Carlton as expected, but I'm enjoying it. Wearing many different hats there, so that's what I wanted. So, yeah, I mean, you follow it. I told you to follow the account.
Yeah.
How am I going?
Well, I don't know what they did before, so I have no point of comparison, but it looks good.
Scroll down.
Scroll
down.
I'm not scrolling down. No one goes to the feed. Don't you listen to Edwin?
No, I've stopped listening.
Yes, so have I. I think it's been really good. I've seen a lot of coaching kind of tutorials and features like that. A lot more visual content, some nice graphics. So I'm guessing you're behind all of this, aren't you?
Yes, everything you see is the man right here, which has been challenging. I'm not gonna pretend to be a graphic designer, but like I've got the skills. It's just that I don't have any actual. It's never been part of my role. Let's put it that way. But I'm still confident in all the Adobe programs. But it's fun. I think it's fun to even just opening up InDesign and bloody figuring out how the wonderful people at Carlton design things and not just relying on Photoshop, things like that.
Yeah, it's you've done a good job. It looks very crisp and clean. I hope you don't mind me sharing this story, but on early on Bucks, it's probably first week or something, I get a message from him. Hey, mate.
There's been a few of these.
Just wondering, how do you schedule posts on social media?
What should I be using to schedule content? Give me some props.
Yeah, we got there in the end, though, didn't we? What did you end up deciding?
I didn't know you could do it through the Instagram app.
Yeah. Instagram. You know what? You really need to start following Edwin on social.
Well,
he literally will put this out in front of you.
Oh, he probably has. But no, so I went to the Instagram app and then I'm like, oh, surely like if you just click advanced, you can schedule. And sure enough, you can schedule. So that's what I've just been doing for that. And Hoop City, like, it's almost like you're trying to cover too many platforms. So I've sort of narrowed it down. For example, like I've just sort of ignored Twitter. There's nothing there for Twitter right now. It's basically just Instagram and TikTok that I'm focusing on. And YouTube actually. But YouTube. TikTok and Instagram, I've just been scheduling through the actual site / apps.
I was going to say, is Twitter even that big part of your kind of comms mix? Like, what are you even putting out on Twitter?
Don't even have the login.
Let's keep it that way.
Enough
your bosses
about
are
you,
listening.
Oh yeah, sorry. Enough about me. I should say. Is Carlton still surviving? Still a well operated football club, or has it just collapsed?
It's absolutely collapsed without you there. We actually we're going to call off the 2023 season.
Oh,
All the players are depressed. They're all leaving. Then just said, no, we can't go on without Michael Francis Barker.
If this is a touching point, but the W players might be.
Let's not get into that, Michael. You know I can't discuss that live on air. But no,
I was going to discuss it.
Shut up, you wanker. I know. Life has been good at Carlton, very busy in the road to round one. And as you did touch on, rightly or wrongly, the AFLW sign and trade period has also been going on. So some new players coming in, which is always exciting, some content opportunities there. And also like with the re-signings that we've got going on, there's some fun things going on there. But pretty much stock standard, I would like to say.
Boring, eh?
Which is pretty boring. But I did want to talk about quickly one thing that did impact us both. Not really friend of the show, not even really friend in real life at this stage.
Oh, you stop talking down to me. He's like a brother to you.
But my son, your mentor, Jonathan Strangio, has left the country to follow around Popik
Vasek. Yeah, we always get it.
Yeah.
So tennis player, for the people that are into their tennis, Vasek Pospisil. I don't know how you... Yeah. He's a Canadian tennis player. But anyway, it's a pretty interesting conversation just from a content point of view. So our good friend Jonathan, he worked full-time for the AFL, but now this opportunity came up, as Jules alluded to, that he's now... Well, he's in America now, and he's following this Vasek tennis player around the world, basically... What?
Just every time we try and say his name, we just started out tennis player.
We'll just call him John. So he's following Vasek around, making a documentary. So it's a bloody big move, Jules, and I think kudos to him, because I think that will be not only for his career really rewarding, but just life experience. Yeah,
no, I definitely agree. He looks like he's having the time of his life already. He's day 9, getting his daily Instagram story updates.
I rate it.
I wonder how long this is going to carry on, though. I don't think it's going to go the full 9 months.
No, that's true. We'll see. We should put a wager on it. I'm going to go 30. So he'll get to 30 days.
I reckon he loses interest after 17, because he'll also lose count.
Yeah, true. He should have a calendar.
Both. But I do have a early egg for Jonathan Strangio. So he, before he left, he put up some blinds or curtains up on Facebook Marketplace. They didn't sell. And rather than just take them down and say, you know what, I'm leaving, going overseas, see you later, he left them up and got an inquiry to go and for someone to buy them. So Marnes and I get this frantic message from him saying, "Oh, g'day guys, do you mind just popping over, picking up these blinds, and then old mate will come round and pick them up from your house Tuesday at 7:30." And we're like, and it was actually like that because it was an audio message. I wish I'd.
And that's how he speaks.
He does speak like that. So Marnes goes, picks him up, and then gets to Tuesday. Haven't heard back from Strange. Time difference doesn't make it easier. Old mate doesn't show up. All right, whatever. Message Strange and be like, "Hey mate, have you heard anything back?" He's like, "He never actually got back to me. I reckon he's ghosted me." I'm like, "Well, you could have told us that, you fuckwit." So now we've got a pile of curtains just sitting in our house waiting for old Stewie from Werribee to come and pick them up or something. So Stu, if you're listening, come down and see us. We've got your curtains. You can have them for free at this stage. It's all like
it's a good call, Jules. I'm sure the chances of Stewie from Werribee tuning into a random podcast that happens to be the guy he's picking up the blinds from.
You never know.
Likely.
You never know.
You don't. Our fans are everywhere. We've got a few in Werribee. Just add it to the pile. But that's it's probably what would you do something like that, Jules? So if you had I know you're not really into the videography game, but if there was an opportunity to, let's just say, move overseas as part of your role. So this is only for what, 9 months or 6 to 9 months for Strange. Would you? I reckon you consider it because you've basically done that type of thing anyway. You live there.
Yeah, I think I'd go. I think it'd be one of those things that if you looked back one way or the other, you kick yourself if you didn't give it a crack. It might not work out and it might not be the best decision you've ever made, but would you rather be sitting at home for the next 9 months going, shit, I should have given that a try at least? I mean, you
Yeah.
can always leave if it doesn't work. What do you think?
No, I think you'd have to. I totally agree. I think you'd regret not highly considering it, and even if it does end up to be not, or maybe not the best trip, but I think you're going to learn things. You don't know the doors that will open anyway. So I think either way, even if it's a bit scary or intimidating to do something like that, you won't regret it, I don't think.
No.
And good segue here, Jules, because our good friend Darren might be doing the same thing.
Good friend. I mean,
bit
he's
of
your
news.
brother. He's my friend, your brother.
Well,
like,
friend of the show.
yeah, big news.
Anyway.
This sounds exciting as well. Are you going to dive into it, or do you want me?
Oh,
I can explain it
we
really
won't go-
badly.
No, I'll go quickly into it. So Darren has his own podcast with good friend Jack McVeigh, who's a basketball player for the NBL, and Jack is actually playing for a team in Germany right now. So he's overseas during the NBL's off season, and then Darren is, I'd say, 90% decided to go over there for a couple of weeks, and basically, I don't know how much of it will work and how much of it will just be a holiday, but he's going to live with Jack and try to give a bit of insight into like a lot of athletes like based in Australia play overseas or international during the off season of the Australian comp. So it might just be interesting to sort of show what they go through, and then he's going to turn into a holiday at the back end with his lovely partner Jess.
That to me just sounds like the best of both worlds. Really, like
Yeah.
a trip, do a bit of work, make some contacts, whatever it might be, but then still have a great holiday on the back. Hope he does it.
That's what I said. No, I think he will. He's going to do all that. He's going to get onto it soon. But anyway, it's an interesting, basically just opportunities that pop up in this world. It's pretty cool. In this space, I should say.
Yeah, on your Daz. Well done.
On you, Darren, yeah.
Now, that's
Sorry,
enough.
I thought that was-
I think that's enough. We don't really need to hear about your honeymoon or your wedding again. We've probably like...
What's
We're
your
probably-
concert of a lifetime?
We've probably... our concert of a lifetime, my God. No, we don't have enough time. I went to Bon
We've got
Iver,
plenty of time.
Bon Iver, which is a
Google
group
that,
from Boniver. I'm never sure whether you pronounce it Bon Iver or Bon Iver.
Oh, it's 2 words.
Yeah, it is 2 words. But yeah, look, story time quickly. Mans bought me tickets for this band back in 2019 as like one of the first presents she got me. And I have loved this band for so long, never seen them live. Beautiful, beautiful music. And then, of course, our old friend COVID-19 came across and this concert just got postponed, and then cancelled. So 3 years, nearly 4 years
Postponed,
later,
maybe.
Postponed. Finally got to see him. See the band, and just an amazing experience. It was at the Sydney Myer Music Bowl. It sounds really thing. So it's pretty like slow, folky kind of not trance, but spacey music. With just like really cool vocals, almost like choral kind of music, but with that's probably a bad way of describing it. It's sick music, and
Well, you're like underwater or something.
no, like choral is maybe I've got the wrong word, but like a choir.
You know, I'm not the most
Good with geography,
intelligent
yeah. I
man
know.
going or choral music. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, but
Anyway.
it sounds different. It sounds
Yeah.
like a good experience.
It was great, and then it was raining, so it just played into it. Very nice experience.
Oh,
Yeah,
bloody beautiful, Jules. I'm not a
Beautiful.
big concert person, but I can appreciate that.
it was sensational. I know, unless it's Papa Roach. Now,
I'm just on his I'm just on his Instagram. He needs to get a bit personal, or their Instagram. He needs to get a bit more personal.
it's
There's
part of
just
the part of the
texts,
mystery. Man.
two-
Part of the
Yeah,
mystery.
true. It's not a photo of what I assume is the main singer anyway, but
Nah,
oh,
don't-
that's great.
Don't need it. Anyway, let's get on to some content. That's enough about us. Do you want to kick
Oh,
this
there's a
off?
few things. Oh, our lives are interesting though. I had a
I know,
birthday. That's
I
exciting.
know,
No,
I know.
we can
but
skip all that.
We've got a deadline today. We've got probably another 20 minutes before you need to.
Busy boy.
Busy boy, busy. No,
All right, let's get into content.
You've got the first one, don't you?
Yes, I do. I want to know. This is an example from a live soccer game. So,
Sorry, wrong screen there. That's embarrassing. Let me just bring up the
always
right
looking
one.
at my post. That was my post.
I
saw
was
that.
looking at your post. All right, here
What do you
we go.
reckon?
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
good.
enough about it. So this is a fan engagement sort of era. Danny Wiseman, if you're listening, miss you. Hope you're well. So this is technology. I'm not sure who the app is from. I assume it's from the actual soccer league. But basically, there's a video from ESPN showing a fan sitting way up in the stands, and they've got this app open on their phone, which basically they hold their camera up in front of the live field, and then the camera uses the position of where this fan is sitting, and it picks up all the players on the field, so he can basically watch the live game with almost like imagine like a video game. So you're watching your phone in front of you, even though you're physically at the game, but then you can see all the players' names above their head. You can see their stats. You can see what's going on, even though your seat might not be this good. I hope I've explained that sort of well. It's a hard one to explain, but basically it's a fancy technology to make your phone look like a video game, even though you're actually at the game.
I think the best way to describe this one is like if you've ever played FIFA and you've got that side camera where it's got the players' names up above and you can see the rings around who's controlled and all that. That's what it kind of looks like, but it takes your camera angle into account. It's pretty sweet.
I think it's very cool. I just don't know, we all spend enough time on our phones, or people spend enough time on their phones at a game anyway. Like, surely just you're there to watch the game. So, I don't know. I think it's cool. But
I think, look, I agree. And one of the first comments is like, oh, so go to the stadium and watch the match on the phone. That sounds cool, which, I get. But if you're say this is like the first time you've been to a game, or you really do have like fucking nosebleed section seats, and you can't really see too much of what's going on, or the stadium screen isn't covering what you want. This could be pretty cool, like to see who the players are, what they've done, their stats, like a bit of history on them. I think that's not a horrible idea, and I don't think someone's going to sit there and watch the whole game through their phone like this.
No. Hey, bring it back to our world, though. Imagine it from the people in the media box. That could be pretty handy for them.
Exactly.
Stats.
Like, you can see stats.
Data. Yeah. Yeah, good point, Michael. It's really well raised.
The AFL does have something like this.
Do they?
Yeah.
How very ignorant of me.
Just no one ever uses it because it's not
probably
that good.
Shithouse. It's probably like the latest AFL game. I can't believe I haven't played it. I don't know if it's out, but I saw screenshots. I don't get how you can spend so long on a game. We've talked about this before. How you can spend so long on a game and the graphics still look like they're from like the 2000s.
It's because, we can talk about this, but we don't need to. It's just because they don't have the money. And
stop making it. That's my view. Stop trying if you don't have the money.
No, we love the people at Big Ant. They do good stuff.
Oh, you do.
I do.
Anyway, my next bit of content is something you're going to hate.
All right, here we go.
So a bit of photography, we'll bring a bit of photography to the show. So Cool Mac is one of my favorite photographers in the States. He's just unreal at NBA photography, but he's basically put up... you can't see, can you? He's basically put up a gallery where he's lowered the shutter speed incredibly low, so every photo is very blurry. And tell me what you think, Jules. Go on.
What's the point? Like, what's the point?
Art. It's the craft of it. He's an artist.
Then 99% of the photos I take at a training session are art because they're all fucking blurry. Like this
I
to
agree.
me is silly. It's silly.
No, but yours is unintentionally blurry if that's what you're going for. I love this. I think there's a real spot for creating. You can't tell me that dunking one of Giannis it's got a lot more mood and feeling and almost more of a storyline to it than a still image.
No, I think this has gone too far. It's gone too far.
I knew this would be your opinion, so I'm not surprised.
Should have put this in the controversial call.
Yeah, true. True. I didn't have one, but I know we're going to argue about something later anyway, so I do have something for that.
I see what you mean. It's different. If I saw this, I'd be like, I'd stop and look through it. So maybe that's the point.
Exactly.
But I think this has gone too far. Like, I've seen much better examples of this, of like, what do they call them? Tracking shots or panning shots that Casey always does. This is borderline like, he's looked like he's put a fucking oil painting effect on it in Photoshop and done a motion blur. Okay,
they're in the middle of a live basketball game. This would not be an easy thing to capture. He's
edited this?
No, as in you're talking about actually getting the main person in the focus, aren't you? Like you're saying that's not well done because it's not that crisp.
No, yeah, exactly. If anyone else can do it, like they can. I'm fucking sick of these photographers.
But don't you think there's a place for it purely just because everything's the same? Like everything we see is the same. So if you're going to go out there and put yourself, or just almost create a different identity for your style, I can totally appreciate it.
Okay, but is this something that's going to be appeal to the masses, or is this just going to appeal to a niche group of content creators that sit there and go, like us, that go, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, yeah.
I don't see why this couldn't be the type of thing that would be printed in a gallery.
But that's different as well. That's like art. Then you change the conversations to who the audience is.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it could go to that type of audience. Like, there's no reason, if this is like a game-winning dunk and this is his 7th championship, it's in the history books. There's no reason why something like that can't be put in a gallery.
Yeah, but we're not. We're talking about two different audiences. Then put it in a gallery. Don't put it up on social media.
But I'm just saying, it's still. I can see there's still people that think this would be outrageously good, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Listeners, let us know what you think. Maybe I'll just post it and I can put a snippet of us arguing over it. We'll see what people think, because I love it.
I'd also challenge that and say, find any gallery or award-winning piece of sports photography that is that blurry. I'll take some,
point, though, right?
I'll take some, but that is too far.
But that's
and
the
you've
point,
gone
right?
too far.
I think that's the point. You've never seen anything like it in a gallery. I'm shutting it.
I'm shutting it.
Exiting. Anyway, that's what I brought to the table. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Yeah, all right. Very good.
It's good to be back.
My turn. I've got a lot, so I'll roll through them quickly. First one, this guy, he works for the Seattle Kraken. His name is Nick Plesce, I believe.
We've talked about them before, haven't we?
Yeah, Seattle Kraken, but NHL team. For anyone at home who is just listening, and take the advice of Glenn Barker and just watch the bloody video sometimes. It's up on YouTube. But here we go.
You need to share the screen.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry.
Oh, sorry.
All right, here we go. So this is the process. We looked at some process videos with process content with videos, but this is the first time I've really seen a lot of what's it called, like graphic design one. So maybe Nick's a bit of a freelancer because this is for the Steelers. So this is Nick showing the before and after, essentially, of how he makes graphics to look more realistic. So in this first set is for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Imagine like some like 3D generated images of like a guy with a hand in a like hammer, an iron ring of the Steelers logo, and like a base block of concrete. So like at the old, I don't know what you call them, the people, iron workers or something, where they used to like really smack metal to get it into the shape of what they need to, like forges or whatever they're called. And in the second one, it just shows how he brought that into life, and like a really completed graphic where you can't tell whether it's an actual photo or a graphic that he's created. It's really complete. The metal's glowing. He's blurred out the background. It just looks pretty impressive. And similar with the second one, this one's a graphic for the Seattle Kraken. It's the top-down view. Again, some 3D generated elements of like what looks like some tentacles coming out of the water. The goalie is in the middle of this like ice block that's just floating in the middle of the sea. It still looks kind of okay as it is in its first incident. Like, looks a bit fake, but then you change to the second one, and the impact of like the coloring and I think it's coloring and shading and like hues and stuff like that has just completely altered this image to make it look like this goalie is literally floating in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and it being swarmed by a kraken almost. It's crazy.
That's so good.
Yeah, we might have to post these ones because they are quite visual to have a look at. But I thought it was just cool in terms of like showing that, you know, I think sometimes we look at design and think you have to photograph everything or have everything real, but like using 3D models and design elements like that can sometimes help bring something along.
Yeah. And also that, like, I think I've done this when oh, I don't know, mucking around with an image or whatever. I feel like there's a human part of us, a part of us being human, that you think you're going to get the final result straight away. So it's cool that he sort of you can see he lays it out and actually visualizes how it's going to look, and it looks not shitty to begin with, but it looks like just a standard layout, and then he does it.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's I wonder if that's done in like I can't describe it, like a program that is more of like a
like a Blender
3D
or something.
Yeah, something like, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, maybe because it does have like 3D elements. Although, like Photoshop's pretty robust these days. Maybe it has more of a 3D thing than you or I know of.
True.
Because it looks like a lot more photo manipulation. I think Blender is like animation for 3D.
Yeah, I follow someone on Instagram that does it, and it's pretty cool, but it seems very challenging. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's a very impressive find.
Yeah, thank you. The second one is from Freo Dockers. So the AFL team, they're like season launch video, I want to say. A few weeks ago, we saw some teasers of the behind the scenes where their content team was literally just throwing buckets of water at their players. I don't know if anyone else remembers that, but this is the kind of final product that they have going on.
Yeah, I can hear your sound. Well done.
I know. I don't know what's happening. We've got sound this week. It's great. Yeah, let's have a watch of this. So, Bucks, what we're watching here is this like really cool cut of all their players, like really heavily purpley lit, cut with water. So like waves and stuff coming through. Cool music track in the back, as you can hear. But they've actually like kept that element of water in their photo shoot and like kept spraying water against this purple hue. And so the players are standing in this mist with water dripping down them. It's impressive. It's one of the best season launch / football videos I've seen in a long time in terms of production value, and obviously a lot of planning went into this to make sure the players didn't mind getting sprayed with buckets of water.
That's great. So I wonder how they where or how they did that. Like obviously it just need a big ass room, but yeah, that's really impressive. Like I think sometimes we see from particularly the AFL world, where a lot of the things are created with the season launch, where it's just like you use the media day green screen footage, but apart from that, it's just using stuff that's already exists, if that makes sense. Like, whereas this is, as you said, they've clearly planned it, they've clearly produced it. That's really cool. Yeah. I hate to say it, but what has water got to do with the Dockers? Okay, I get it.
You just answered your own question.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
good one. We'll cut that.
Good one.
Hey, whoever's editing this episode,
we're leaving that in. Oh, dear. Dear
stuff. Rusty.
Good stuff. Anyway, good stuff by Freo. Really pushing it a lot. I'm going to skip ahead one. Actually, no, this is probably like similar to what you had brought up, Barks, with the FIFA or the soccer example. This one from the NBA, we don't need to watch this whole video, but they've basically launched something similar to the FIFA thing. However, what they're allowing you to do, and I thought you would be right around this, is almost like take a video of yourself just standing. You take a 3D video of yourself standing on something, just standing up, go around, and then you can actually use the app to insert yourself into highlights. Now,
where do you use, like, where would someone use this?
I don't know.
A kid, maybe.
But, like, how fun is that? Like, it's just something you'd show your mates. Like, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It's just like, I'd love to know how long a teams and individuals spend on something like this.
Yeah.
Like, is this literally like a year of a team, a dedicated team that they produce this technology?
100%. But look at it. It's so cool. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's so random. So for context, everyone just listening, we're watching like this 3D animated vision of this like kind of unathletic man completing a dunk for the Utah Jazz. It's incredible. Like, it's live highlights. It's fun. I'm all for it. I want to try it.
Yeah, well, it'd be really cool to see how accurate it works. So this might be a helpful example. For anyone who played NBA 2K, this is like when they first introduced it, you could scan your full face, like, and put yourself into the 2K game, like the video game. This is like a real life version of the NBA app. But
it's pretty fun.
God, technology is impressive.
It's pretty fun. We'll keep rolling through. Next one I've got is from the Paralympics. I don't know if they've always been this funny on TikTok, but they have just like launched into a new level of embracing meme and just shit posting, basically. So they've got a whole style of videos that just use a lot of TikTok sound. So here's one of a Jamaican athlete like doing javelin, I believe it is. We'll just watch this one quickly. So simple. It's so simple, but if I can go back to their profile here, all their videos are like this. It's just like, now this sound that you're listening to is just left, but they've just got a one-legged cyclist cycling with just their left leg. So the sound is just left.
Yeah, that first comment, someone said, sometimes I wonder what your athletes think about your post with the crying emoji. That's a very good point.
I like it though. I reckon you just gotta embrace it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
They've clearly like done some like what's it called? Some like research into it and thought, you know what, the only way we're gonna combat the trolls or combat the bad comments is just to lean into it and be like, you know what? Sometimes this looks a little bit funny, but fuck, they're doing a good job.
It's also like, I think it's a real easy way of like normalizing and celebrating these athletes. Like, I think if you shy away from this sort of thing, it's the standard human behavior, and in every club lane, you sort of can take the piss out of your athletes. So if you don't do it for the Paralympians and athletes, then is it sort of like not normalizing them?
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
I see what you mean. Like, yeah, are we
just treat it normally?
Yeah, we're being less inclusive by being more sensitive almost.
Yeah. So if you don't make any jokes, they're bloody hell, I'm on fire today.
You're on fire
Another
today.
great point.
All right, this is my last one, I promise. This one's just a quick one. For anyone who's not following Cocaine Bear on Twitter, you're not doing yourself a favor. So this is a movie that's actually based on a real story where this bear in the woods found a bag of cocaine and essentially went on this like massive killing spree. And now they've made it into a movie. But what's even better is the Twitter account that's followed, and they did something for I think it was around Super Bowl time or draft time, where they put up the Cocaine Bear as an actual player, made like a graphic, and it says Cocaine Bear, kill percent 100%, kill count 20 plus grams consumed of cocaine, obviously 35,000, and they tweeted it at the Chicago Bears, who I believe haven't replied, rightly so, but just a fun little thing. I love brands getting involved in sports and just doing dumb shit. And whoever's running this social media account, they've got my tick of approval.
I think it's so funny. Like the quality of the graphic looks great.
Yeah,
like it's not just some shitty little graphic.
Yeah,
good twittering.
All right, Barks. I think we're ready to try this live sound. Are you ready?
No, I love it if it works.
Bag of the week.
Yeah, so good as that. Well done.
There we go.
I'm gonna kick us off because I'm fed up with these things. I don't even know if it's HEIC images or what they are, but the format your phone images give to you when you put on your laptop. What are they? What's the purpose behind it? They just cause issues. HEIC image files. I'm egging them.
You know you can change that.
Oh really?
Yeah, in your iPhone settings. You might have to do some Googling later, but yeah, you can definitely change it.
I won't do it now. But what's the point? What are they meant to be used for? Like, what's the benefit?
I don't know. I think it's just like Apple, some sort of quality setting that they've got that doesn't translate to anything else. But you know,
I'll change it then.
Yeah, you can change that.
Next, what's my link?
Just don't post it. Hold on. Let me get it up for you. Jeez,
Oh yeah, I can quickly.
screen share's
I can
working well,
explain
so
this.
just saying.
Here
we go.
So this is a funny one I saw during the week. MacArthur Football Club, they posted. They clearly have a sponsored post they have to do after every game, and being soccer, sometimes goals aren't scored. And I just found it really funny that their player of the match, sponsored player of the match by this brand, Pennytel. Pennytel player of the match for round 18 is Matt Miller's shot on goal. So it's just a shot attempt. It's because there's nothing better in the world of soccer than game soccer. Just don't post it, is my point.
Jeez, rough when your player of the match is terrible shot straight at the keeper.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I'm not a soccer head, but I don't think it was even a good shot on goal. It was just a shot on goal.
God. That's that's a conversation saying we don't actually have a player of the match. Let's not do that.
Surely with a sport like soccer, like other sports you can find, basketball you could probably find, footy you could probably find something that you could reach. It's a reach, but soccer, probably not the right sport for it.
All right, go on. Just egg me and get it over and done with.
Did you see this? Have you seen this?
Yeah. I just wanted to make it clear that I didn't reply because I couldn't be bothered getting into another argument with you two, Peanut. So I just had my say and left the conversation.
Anyway,
I'm over it. I'm not having this fucking 4-5 argument again. I'm genuinely not. I'm done. I'm so done.
So in Edwards, I think it's in Edwards, Social Pros Australia edition, there's a private group on Facebook that were both involved, and someone during the week just casually said, "Is the 1-1 ratio dead?" And then there's just this on sort of comments just bagging 1-1.
I'm taking my headphones off. I'm not listening to this. I've had enough.
Okay. On sort of comments from 1-1 ratio. And then I just thought it'd be good to get Julian in here because he's the only person that I know that still posts square and loves square posting. So I just said, this would be good. Get in here at Julian. And then it's about 4 or 5 replies getting Julian in there. And he still hasn't replied. But,
yep.
Yeah,
sweet.
you put it back on.
Yep, sweet. Thank you. All right, on to mine. I'm telling you, I'm not wasting any more time on this 4-5 thing.
Oh, no, we've argued about it enough. I just found it funny, so...
quick one from me. I think the number one rule as a video producer is to blur out the background when there's sensitive information. North Melbourne potentially dropped their best 22 in the background of one of their team meetings. Eggs, or... are they geniuses because they've dropped a random 22 in the back?
Do you think any footy club would be that clued on and would go to the effort of doing that, though? Like, just to put it out there?
Nah, I think it's a mistake. I think they definitely just had their best 22 in the back.
But, I mean, credit to them if a team... Like, that's a very US... I could imagine an American team would do that.
Yeah, very subtle, like, oh, you're going to do that.
Yeah. That's bad, though.
Let's try this next sound.
Boss of the week.
So loud.
Boss of the week. Boss of the week.
All right, Barker. It's a good time. I've got one from your favourite mate in the world, and you're going to love this. It's our friend from LA Clippers, Steve Barber.
I just said it first.
So I think they're about to do an upgrade to their stadium. And what's Steve excited about, everyone?
He's so good. I think he's so good.
Oh, I love him.
He's literally close to like my favorite thing in sports, I reckon.
He's hilarious. He's the man's just excited about toilets.
Good on him. He can literally sell anything, that man.
Right, I'm all for it as well.
Great fun, thank you.
My second boss, the World Baseball Tournament is on at the moment, and I think this content speaks for itself. This is the Italian baseball team and some of the things in their dugout.
Hang on, play that again. Mine was lagging. Hang on.
Let's go again. All right, so for everyone at home, it's obviously the things in Italy's dugout that just make sense. First one, the celebration, and it's the little Italian hands going left, right, centre, and also they've got their own espresso machine in the dugout.
That coffee machine's great.
It's
very good.
It's peak Italy, isn't it? It's very good.
Very peak. That'd be something almost Carlton could do. Right?
I actually sent it over to Len, just so he can. You're up, Barks.
Yeah, I'm bossing you.
Oh, what'd I do?
Yeah, I just thought this was funny during the week, being a bit removed from it all. So you have to give me the quick backstory, but basically, I assume you were part of the team that organised 2 mega fans of the Carlton Footy Club. One from the Carlton Footy Club and one from the Collingwood Football Club during our practice match. Look at me saying "our."
Oh, hey.
Like I'm still there.
You don't work there anymore.
Practice match between Carlton and Collingwood, and you got a massive Collingwood member called, what's his actual name? But he's Swoop Luke on Twitter.
His name is Luke.
Oh, just Luke. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got him to do this sort of collaborated thing with a big Carlton fan, and then in the meantime, he's posted a tweet where, did you sign him up to our email list or something? To the Carlton Football Club's email list?
So this is a bit sneaky. You had to register for the practice match to attend. And I didn't do this intentionally, but one of the side things of that, as soon as you register for the practice match, you opt into communications from the Carlton Football Club. So Luke is now on our database. Thanks, Luke.
That's great.
Hope you enjoy that.
I just bossed. I thought of bossing because I didn't know if you intentionally did it, but either way, it's good.
Yeah, it's not intentional, but it works.
It works. It's smart. So cop that, Luke.
Cop that, Luke. All right. Controversial call. I haven't got the sound for this, so I'll have to cut this in anyway. But we can maybe say it. Fight! Ooh, fight!
Yeah, not bad. Bit off. Totally bit off.
Not too bad. Controversial call. We don't need graphic designers anymore.
Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, no, I can't agree with that.
Now, and let me tell you why. So this week, Microsoft has launched, or not this week, recently, Microsoft has launched an AI-powered Canva rival where it will... So if Canva didn't already make graphic designers redundant, which it did, it has now become automated by Microsoft. And essentially the way it works is very similar to like a DALL-E or one of those AI generators, but you type in poster for sports event with these dates and these players, and it will make you a poster.
Gee whiz.
Goodbye, designers. You can fuck right off.
I can't agree with it because I still feel like there's going to be need to be like, what about changes? What about communication? There's always get a graphic designer on here and tell me their first time. I mean, ask them the last time that their first go at a graphic was the final thing. Things like that. Like, I don't know.
Nah, I reckon they're done. They are done.
You hate graphic designers.
Nah, pack them up. Pack them all up. And I'll tell you what, if the AI can work out how to do something like that, it can work out how to make changes as well. So,
what about videos next then?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Lucky I moved from just video, eh?
And then it'll be marketing automation, so we'll all be fucked. But anyway, thank
all out of
you.
jobs.
I've actually signed up to get access to this. So once I get access to it, I reckon we have a crack and we can see exactly what happens. But that's my controversial call. Goodbye, graphic designers.
That's rough. I'm not going to agree with you, and we can skip mine because we're on a time limit, and I think you're over arguing about this.
Yeah, you're stupid bag. We can bring this up another week.
Oh, we'll save it for next week, but it probably doesn't need going back over. But hey, it's great to be back. I miss doing this, and we'll try to be a bit more frequent for you listeners. But even if we're not, you'll have to get over it because life's busy, as Jules has alluded to this episode. But hey, we appreciate being back, and we appreciate you listening. So, Jules, you have a good day, all right? Have a good week, and hopefully I'll catch you next week.
This is the quickest wrap up because Barks has actually got to go. He's already shut down his computer.
See, I'm busy.
He's gone. All right, everyone. Thanks. It's a pleasure being back. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Or next week if we're doing well.
Yeah. Is it next week your wedding?
No, 2 weeks.
Okay. Close. All right. Bye.
Oh, shit.